tonight's meditation class is going to be focused around the observer self. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive deep into a short practice. So we're going to start with me just giving you some background information about what the observer self is and why I really believe this is a really powerful tool for you to learn to master. So this is not just going to help your meditation practice, but this is a tool you're going to be able to apply in everyday life, especially when you're facing challenges in life. So once we really integrate this tool and learn how to master the observer self, we're able to deal with the storms, because life can get really challenging and we need to be able to navigate these storms in a way that doesn't impact our health and create more stress, because we know that creates disease and disharmony, toxicity in the body. So we're going to dive into a practice with the observer self. So I'm going to give you 3 exercises. So we're going to break it down into really small, easy chunks for you. So I'm going to give you 3 or 4 5-minute exercises, and we'll do that together this evening. And then that means you've got these short 5-minute tools that you can just pull out as and when you need them. Okay, so what is the observer self? Now, we're conditioned to believe that we are programmed by the mind. Our thoughts and our belief systems create our reality. Now, in actual fact, our thoughts do not have power over us, yet we tend to unconsciously give our power away to our thoughts and our belief systems. So our thoughts and our belief systems have been, majority of which have been passed down to us by society, our parents, ancestors. They drive our actions and behaviors and create our model of reality around us. So your external world is simply a manifestation of your belief system. So when something isn't working in life, if we are facing a block somewhere, such as money's not flowing in effortlessly or easily, we're having to work really hard to survive. Perhaps we're not getting the relationship we want. We're not attracting the love we want in our life. It's a real battle and a struggle to keep going through life on your own. Now, all these things show us that we have an unconscious block. So we've got some programming which has disconnected us from an abundant belief. So our beliefs really do create the life that we create around us. We're doing it all the time, but most of us are doing it unconsciously, because unfortunately we're not taught at school about the mind, the body, the thoughts and the emotions. We're not taught about our multi-sensory abilities. So the observer self is really that part of you that can step back and watch your thoughts without becoming identified with them. So to learn how to transform and move an unconscious thought or belief from an unconscious state through to consciousness, it requires a lot of presence, because the mind will go into fight flight, because it will feel uncomfortable in the body, because a block in the unconscious mind has been created because of a wounding from childhood. So some pain. So it will carry a level of frequency, which we call an emotion when we experience it through the body. So a dense frequency, a dense vibration, a slow frequency are the denser emotions such as anger, fear. So they get buried in the unconscious mind. We don't want to feel them. If we were rejected or abandoned or felt not good enough, not worthy enough, not beautiful enough, all these wounds stay within the unconscious mind, blocking us from attracting what we really truly deserve and want. We all have these wounds. So to actually transform and change this, we have to bring all this stuff up that's in the unconscious mind into conscious awareness safely. So it's the observer self that is the tool that we have to learn to develop, so we can stay present enough and watch a thought rise up to the surface, and rather than running from it or suppressing it or reacting to it or trying to fix it or change it or telling it's wrong or going into the fridge for more food or being a workaholic, we stay present with it. We allow it to move through us. We feel the fullness of the feeling or the emotion because it just wants to pass through us. Back to wholeness, back to health, back to flow. So that's really important. We learn how to master the observer self. That is key, because then you can observe and learn to respond rather than react. So this takes time. So let's go straight into looking at some tools that help us to develop the observer self. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is in fact a really simple mindfulness practice, which I really love, which has been created by someone called Thich Nhat Hanh, who's known as the father of mindfulness. So we're going to do 5 minutes of this practice. It's super simple, really easy. Now you're going to hear a bell. I've got my little bells here. You'll hear a ping when we've done our 5 minutes. So there's absolutely nothing you need to do. I'm going to completely guide you through this exercise. Okay, so when you're ready, find a comfortable position, cross the legs, soften and relax into the body, close the eyes, so we're letting go of the visual distractions around us, and start to become aware of being in this moment right now. So you're aware of the space around you. You're becoming aware of some of the sounds in the distance. And moving closer, bring your awareness to the sound of your own breath. It's ever so subtle, so you're having to really concentrate. The sound of your own breath. Allowing that breath to go nice and deep into the belly. Allow the belly to balloon, expand on the inhale, and relax on the exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more. Nice deep breath in. Let go. 1 more time. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. So this time, as you breathe in, we're going to start to say a mantra. As you breathe out, I'm going to say a mantra. So breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Continue. Use the same mantra. So it's breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. We're going to do this for 5 minutes and you're going to hear a bell. Keep the body as still as you can. Try not to move any part of the body. Mind and body are connected. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. 2 more minutes. Continue. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Continue. And in your own time, blinking the eyes open, coming back to the space around you. So just take a moment to notice how it feels now to be in the body. So we've calmed the nervous system down. Now this is such a simple practice, but it's super powerful. It slows the brainwaves down from the active beta brainwave state, which is where we are at most of the time during the day, to the alpha state. So that's a much more receptive state, which is where the body's intelligence can kick in and start to heal, repair, takes you deeper into cleansing and purging out the subconscious and the unconscious mind. So use that throughout the day. We're now going to go into Anapana breathing. Anapana breathing is, again, a really simple tool and technique in mindfulness meditation and Vipassana meditation. So it's a really powerful Vipassana technique, a Buddhist technique form of meditation, used to go much deeper into lowering the brainwave states. So with this practice, it's often practiced for a full 60-minute sitting at a time. Now, its simplicity is what makes it so powerful, because it forces the mind into a concentrated state. The more we can bring the mind into a concentrated state, the more we can stay present, develop our presence power, so we're not knocked when the storms come. So when the subconscious mind is purging a fear or anger or grief or pain, we can stay centered and allow it to move through us. So again, we're going to do a 5-minute practice. So when you're ready, close the eyes. Make sure you're in a really nice, comfortable position. Soften the body. Relax into the breath. And know there's absolutely nothing for you to do right now. I'm going to guide you into this meditation for the next 5 minutes. Just become aware of the stillness around you. Become aware of the stillness in the body. Become aware of the stillness within the mind. And allow this stillness to sink deep into the cells, the tissues, the muscles of the body, releasing and dissolving any tension from the day. We're surrendering, we're allowing, and we're dropping deeper into the body. Start to notice the breath and become aware of the body as it moves with each inhale, and notice the movement with the exhale. So we're not controlling the breath at all, we're simply observing, watching the movement through the body with each breath. So we're going to now start to concentrate the mind and bring our full awareness to the space inside the nostrils. So this is known as Anapana breath. Keep the eyes closed, keep the body as still as you can. And for the next 5 minutes, I want you to be like a guard. You're going to be extremely vigilant. You're going to watch when the mind takes you away from the space inside the nostrils. So let's start together by bringing our full awareness into the space inside the nostrils, and start to feel the sensation of the breath as you draw the air into the nostrils, and feel the air leaving the nostrils. So you may notice a tingling sensation. You may notice a coolness or warmth. Now imagine the breath entering through the nostrils, moving up to the third eye point, which is just in between the eyebrows here. And then exhale down, out through the nostrils and away from you. So inhaling, the breath moves in through the nostrils, up through the nostrils, up to the third eye. Exhale down from the third eye, down through the nostrils and away from you. Continue that rhythm. Another 3 minutes. Watching every part of the inhale and every part of the exhale. If you find you've wandered off or the mind's drifted, with loving compassion, guide the mind back as you would a child. If you need to breathe a little deeper to strengthen that sensation, you can. But eventually that sensation will become so subtle you can barely feel it, which again forces you into concentration. Let's do 2 more minutes in silence. You're aware of each and every breath. Try not to let a single breath escape your attention. When you're ready, start to blink the eyes open and bring your awareness back to the space around you. Good. Okay, so this evening we're going to do one more short practice. So again, we're going to do a short 5-minute practice, mindfulness of emotions. Now, I really love this practice. I use this practice a lot because I'm extremely sensitive. I'm very sensitive to my feelings and emotions, and that's because they were really suppressed as a child. So for many of us, we weren't given the level of emotional education that would have really supported us to feel safe, to allow all emotions to move through us. So this is something as adults we're all really having to relearn and understand. It's safe to stay with your emotions, it's safe to be vulnerable, and through that, when we lean into these emotions, we find our power, we find freedom. Now, this takes practice because the mind is so conditioned to running as soon as there's an emotion that's uncomfortable. And this starts to slow us down in our energy. It makes us feel tired. It makes us feel lethargic. It stops our ability to be out in the world with our energy of love, light, giving, play, joy, fun. It starts to block us from connecting with others. It impacts our relationships, our business. So it's really important to start to learn about emotions, what they are teaching you. We're all unique, and you are worth this time. You are worth this time to discover yourself. And often the body will start to scream out at us when we're not listening, when we're telling ourselves that we don't have time for ourselves, we don't have time to go in and listen to how we're feeling. We cause so much pain and suffering to ourselves unnecessarily. Emotions are the language of the soul. So your soul is trying to speak to you all the time through your emotions. And each time you judge an emotion, you've made a choice from your ego, because your ego is fear-based and it judges. Whereas the soul does not judge. There is no ego when we don't have a judgmental mind. So this is a practice of learning how to let go of judgment of yourself. So if you feel anger, if you feel pain, if you feel rage, if you feel jealousy, if you feel grief, if you feel sadness, that's not what the problem is. The problem is your judgment and reaction to it that suppresses it or causes reaction. We need to understand how to be and stay present with these dense emotions. So let's start our practice. We'll do a short 5-minute practice to introduce you to mindfulness of emotions. So when you're ready, find your comfortable position. Cross the legs if you can, or if you're sitting on a chair, feet planted firmly on the floor. Close the eyes. Nice deep inhale. And again, nice deep inhaling breath. Good. Let's do one more. Nice deep inhaling breath. Keeping the eyes closed. Allow yourself to take this time to rest into your home. We're coming home to the heart, out of the head, dropping back down to the body. So for the next 5 minutes, I want you to keep the body as still as you can. Try not to move the body at all. Try to keep the eyes closed. So let's start by bringing our awareness to what we're feeling right now in this moment. So we're moving into self-inquiry. And we're not answering that through the head. I want you to go inwards and listen. So we're paying attention to the body. What is the body trying to tell you right now? What are you feeling? See if you can become aware of some of the physical sensations that arise within the body. And I want you to explore some of these sensations. Perhaps there's a tension in the neck or the shoulders. Perhaps there's a tightness in the forehead. Perhaps there's a restriction in the throat, a tightening in the heart, some anxiety within the stomach, aches or pains in the hips. Just start to explore, just start to listen. And I want you to choose just one place for now. Allow yourself to be guided to this place, perhaps the heart, the back. It really doesn't matter where. Once you've found your place, I want you to stay committed to staying connected to this space. So drop your awareness into this space. Allow the breath to be natural and start to observe the physical sensations that arise without judgment. Start to notice the different sensations. And you can start to label them, perhaps tightening, pulsating, tingling, throbbing, cold. So we're starting to explore emotions in their original form, which is part of the 5 elements. So if there's heat or fire, that's usually anger. Just start to explore the sensation and just allow any feelings or emotions, the time, the space, to be seen, to be felt. That's all they need to be able to move through your energy field. So we're not resisting or blocking any emotion that wants to move through. And just observe how this feels. Is it comfortable, uncomfortable? Does it bring up any memories? Again, just observe any thoughts, observe any emotions. And for now, we're just giving them the space to arise and fall away. So there's no need to go into them at this point. We're simply observing emotions and feelings as physical sensations. So the feeling that is most predominant in you right now, I want you to lean in towards it. And notice the sensation. Does it get stronger, or does it start to dissolve when you lean in towards it? And notice the part of you that's able to watch this. So from this exercise, we see we are not the emotion. We have a choice on how we respond to this emotion. And the key teaching behind mindfulness of emotions is to teach us self-love and compassion for any emotion that arises within us. So this is equanimity. We keep our center, we keep our stability, non-judgmental mind, And all these unconscious blocks within the unconscious or subconscious mind can be freed. So we're dissolving belief systems. We're dissolving negative thought patterns through the physical body. So the physical body is the tool to start to dissolve your negative programming that's been passed down to you. So this is a really powerful way, without having to get caught up and try and figure out what is the belief, what is the thought. That can take a long time. That will start to become conscious when you drop deeper into the body. Just allow these sensations to rise and go. You are pulling out the roots within the unconscious through this process. We're just going to take another minute to sit in silence and simply be. Be with any feeling, be with any emotion. Give it space. Welcome it. Allow it to be here with you. It simply needs your presence, which is love. When we allow it to be nourished with love and presence, it transforms.